Hello everyone, welcome to Boost Your Basic series. Today we are here with the part 3 of radiopharmaceuticals, and we have already uploaded part 1 and part 2 of radiopharmaceuticals. So if you haven't watched the video, do watch it on our YouTube channel Dharmesh Mehta Jipan. So today we will discuss the methods which are used in the measurement of radioactivity. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so now we will see the measurement of radiation. Okay, how this radiation is measured. So the below properties of radiation are used to measure the radioactivity, okay, or to detect the radioactivity, ionization of gases, then production of scintillation of phosphorus, and blackening of photographic paper. Okay, so we will see one by one. So first one we will see the ionization chamber. Okay, so first we will see the diagram of ionization chamber. So they are available in various shapes and sizes. Okay, आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि there is a hollow metallic cylinder. Okay, this one, and there is an electrode. Okay, at the center you can see over here. Okay, which is positively charged, and this metallic surface is negatively charged. Okay, and inside this there will be an air or any other gases. Okay, which will be there. Now it contains an evacuated chamber that is filled with gas. Okay, that we have already seen, that can be air or any other gases. Okay, then two electrons kept at different electric potential attract with galvanometer, okay, which is used for the indication of the flow of electric current. Okay, and the radiation causes the ionization of gases or molecules or ions. Okay, सबसे पहले क्या होता है, जो incident ionizing radiation है. Okay, so this nuclear detectors, okay, what are they actually? They are the instruments that detect the nuclear particles like alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, the energy of those particles. Okay, so whenever the incident ionizing radiations which are there, okay, of alpha, beta, gamma, whenever they will incident on this particular material, okay, which is there inside this hollow cylinder, okay, either air or any other gases, okay, they will ionize this particular material, okay, into electrons and positively charged ions. Okay, ये कैसे होता है, जो मटेरियल होता है अंदर, ओके, जब भी हम रेडिएशंस इंसिडेंट करते हैं उस मटेरियल पे, तब जो आउटरमोस्ट शेल में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं, ओके, दे विल एब्जॉर्ब सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी. Whenever this kind of collision occurs, this radiations will collide with those materials, and the electrons which are present in the outermost shell of those materials will absorb that energy, and they will move out from that particular material, okay, and will be acting as a free electron. Okay, there will be a free electron, and the remaining positive ions will be there. Okay, so there is that is nothing but the ionization. Okay, ionization of those molecules into electrons and positive ions. Okay, so we can see over here there is anode, there is cathode. That means there is some kind of electronic system over here, okay, which will provide an electric field. Okay, so this electric field will travel from the rod to the surface of this particular cylinder. Okay, so whenever there will these ions which are formed over here, okay, due to the incident ionizing radiation, okay, and whenever this particular electricity is applied, what will happen? They will immediately accelerate and force towards their respective electrodes. Okay, the positive ions which are there, they will be attracted to the cathode, okay, that is the negative terminal, and the negative ions which are there will be attracted to the anode, that is the positive terminal over here. Okay, so due to this attraction, what will happen? This then electrons which are there, which are attracted over this electrode, okay, anode, will travel through the this electronic circuit, okay, and we will get a electric pulse. Okay, we will get one graph like structure. Okay, we will get an electric pulse which will indicate that there is some kind of incident radiation present. Okay, or else we can say that depending upon the size of that particular graph or size of that particular current pulse, okay, we can define which are the radiations which are incidenting over this particular material. Okay, so depending upon the size of that particular current pulse, we can know which are the particles, okay, or which are the radiations which are present or which are incident over this particular material. Okay, so this is nothing but ionization chamber. Okay, so here we have only primary ionization. That means whenever the radiations will be incident over this particular material, they will be ionized in the form of positive and negative ions, that is electrons. Okay, and further there is a proportional counter. You will get better idea when we will look into this particular diagram. Okay, so what will happen whenever there is an very low amount of voltage? Okay, that means there is very less voltage, that means there is very less electric current, right? So those electrons and the positive ions which were there, okay, from this diagram only we can see that these electrons and these positive ions which are there, okay, they will not be accelerated or they will not go to their respective electrodes. Okay, so whenever the current or the voltage is less, this positive and negative ions will not be attracted towards their respective electrodes. Okay, and because of that, what will happen due to the thermal motion, there are chances that they will recombine back. Okay, electrons and those positive ions which are there, they will recombine. Okay, that is the process of recombination. Whenever there is a low voltage, this means low current, and we will have a process of recombination predominating in this particular phase. That means the positive ions and electrons will not go towards their respective electrodes. Instead, they will recombine together. Okay, and depending upon the different energy of radiation, that is alpha, beta, gamma, we will get different pulse size. Okay, so alpha will have larger pulse size, then beta followed by gamma. Okay, so this is first phase, that is the recombination phase, when there is a very less amount of voltage. Okay, just now we have seen this ionization chamber. Okay, अभी हमने ionization chamber देखा था, right? So वहां पर क्या होता है कि आप जितना भी voltage apply करो, okay, there is no change in the pulse size. Okay, there is no change in the sense alpha will be having the larger one, then beta will be having little lesser than alpha, and then gamma. Okay, they will have the respective pulse size, but however whatever the applied voltage you are changing, okay, यहाँ पर हम increase कर रहे हैं voltage, right? तभी पल्स साइज में कोई इंक्रीज नहीं आता. ओके, इंडिविजुअली अल्फा में कोई इंक्रीज नहीं दिख रहा है, देन बीटा में कोई इंक्रीज नहीं दिख रहा है. ओके, so this is particular second phase, that is the ionization chamber. Okay, in proportional counter what happens, as we are increasing the applied voltage, okay, the pulse size is also increasing. Okay, so there is a proportionally increasing in both the things, that is जैसे जैसे applied voltage increase हो रही है, ठीक वैसे pulse size भी increase हो रही है. Okay, ऐसा हम कह सकते हैं, right? That's why the name proportional counter. Okay, so you can see here it is a modified method where ionization of primary electrons occurs by applying the potential for providing electric current. Okay, so यहाँ पर क्या होता है proportional counter में, जैसे ionization chamber में हमने देखा कि there is a just primary ionization occurring. Okay, same diagram we will see again. Okay, in this particular diagram we can see that in ionization chamber there will be only one time ionization, that is the primary ionization. Okay, but in proportional counter what will happen, there will be the secondary ionization as well. Okay, जो ये electrons है वो जब अपने इलेक्ट्रोड के तरफ ट्रेवल करेंगे, तब उनके बीच जो भी मटेरियल आएगा, ओके, जो भी एयर या फिर अदर गैसेस आएंगे, उनको भी वो आयनाइज करेगा फिर से. ओके, ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है दे विल अगेन आयनाइज द other materials which are present, okay, in this particular cylinder. So that is the secondary ionization. Okay, primary ionization जो करेगा वो है वो radiation. Okay, ये radiation primary ionization करेगा and in the ionization chamber. But in proportional counter, along with this first ionization or primary ionization, there will be a secondary ionization, okay, which will be there, which will be caused by these electrons. Okay, so that is the difference between proportional counter and the ionization chamber. Okay, so here as we are increasing the voltage, the pulse size is also increasing. Okay, and we can see here the voltage range over which the gas implication ionization of course is called as proportional region, and that counter is called as proportional counter. Okay, और जैसे जैसे हम और वोल्टेज बढ़ाएंगे okay, वैसे वैसे एक पॉइंट आएगा जहां पर अल्फा बीटा गैमा okay, all three will give us the same pulse size. Okay, and that particular thing happens in Giga-Muller counter. Okay, that we will learn in the next video. Okay, but यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं कि जब अप्लाइड वोल्टेज हम बढ़ा रहे हैं तब एक ऐसा पॉइंट आएगा तब हम तीनों में डिफरेंशिएट नहीं कर पाएंगे अल्फा बीटा गैमा. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई दिस Giga-Muller counter is actually used to detect or to count the particles. Okay, and not to differentiate between alpha beta and gamma. Okay, so these are the few methods which are used to measure the radiation. Okay, in the next video we will see few more methods as well. Okay. ओके तो हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि जितना आपका रेडिएशन एनर्जी ज्यादा होगी ओके उतना आयनाइजेशन ज्यादा होगा. करेक्ट, जितनी रेडिएशन एनर्जी ज्यादा होगी उतना आपका आयनाइजेशन ज्यादा होगा और उतना इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और पॉजिटिव आयंस ज्यादा प्रोड्यूस होंगे और उतना हमें ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रिक पल्स आएगा. ओके, करंट पल्स साइज ज्यादा मिलेगी. करेक्ट, so this is a kind of disadvantage in ionization chamber that it will solely depend upon the alpha बीटा एंड गैमा पार्टिकल्स. ओके, क्योंकि यहाँ पर अगर हमने अप्लाइड वोल्टेज ज्यादा भी की तो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा पल्स साइज में. ओके, यहाँ पर इट विल सोलली डिपेंड अपॉन द रेडिएशन एनर्जी ऑफ अल्फा बीटा और गैमा. ओके, एंड इन प्रोपोर्शनल काउंटर there is a advantage that whenever we are applying the voltage which is increasing okay proportionately और जो pulse size है वो भी increase हो जाएगा. Okay, so pulse size will increase with increase in voltage. Okay, so these are the two methods, that is ionization chamber and proportional counter. So in the next video we will do the remaining ones. Okay, so yes, that's it for today. Thank you.